This is how I would build a portfolio if I have 10 grand. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Today we're going to take a look at my crypto portfolio that I would build if I have $10,000. I made a video a couple of days ago where I was saying how I would build a $1,000 portfolio. But if you have more money, if I would have more money and I would have to build another portfolio, I can add a couple of extra coins. This is how I would divide my $10,000. So let's jump right into it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, by the way, welcome to the Fomo Factory. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're approaching 4,000 subscribers in 4 months, something like that. Very proud of you guys. I love you guys. Please smack that like button now you're here, and let's dive right into the portfolio. So these are the coins that I have in my portfolio with $1,000. The first with $10,000. The first one is nothing else than Bitcoin, and I would put $2,000 into it. Why would I do that? Because Bitcoin is the only coin so far that shows us that in every cycle it does at least a 17x, right? So if you have $10,000 and you put $2,000 out of that into Bitcoin and it does another 17x, you already make $34,000 out of only this allocation. So you 3x your portfolio with the safest asset out there, right? You can be very speculative and say like, okay, I want to go more high risk. But then again, with 10K, you could have multiple coins. So you have room to go high risk, and we go to the high risk coins, right? But Bitcoin, I would definitely have in my portfolio. Bitcoin always does well, right? It's now, in my opinion, at least a good time to dollar cost into Bitcoin. Now we're sitting around 17K, right? And you know, if we surpass that $100,000-$200,000 in the next bull run, you really don't regret buying a little bit of Bitcoin. So that's the first one. Second one is Ether. Of course, I would buy Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of the same. It's, in my opinion, there are two blue chips, Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? I want to have both. I think Ethereum is going to do well. I said it in the last video as well, that Ethereum always had a great run so far. And that's when, let me see if I can have a cleaner chart on this. Yeah, so Ethereum always had a great run, right? This bull run made people millionaires. This bull run right here from $100 to almost $5,000 made people millionaires, right? Ethereum performs way better than Bitcoin in a bull run so far. But the thing is that Ethereum did this while it was pretty inflationary. Now that we had the merge, the more volume comes into Ethereum, the more Ethereum gets burned. So we already had days in this bear market where Ethereum became deflationary, let alone in the next bull run, and when a lot more projects being built on Ethereum, right? That's also something to keep in mind, because if we take a look at what's going on Ethereum right now, chains, Ether, right? And let's take a look at the total value locked. The total value locked in the bull run was more than 100 billion on Ethereum. It's now quarter of that, right? And a lot of volume has died. Well, this goes back up, of course. This goes way back up, of course, because the transactions on Ethereum, I'm sorry, but last year I didn't use Ethereum because I just don't want to pay $200 worth of fees, right? Now that's out of the way. I think this is going to blow up, and I actually wanted to have more allocation in ETH than in Bitcoin, but yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin is my store of value as well, right? It's just safe. You know, you like, as far as you can know something, right? Then you know that you are going to make gains on it. And Ethereum is just a layer one, if you put it like that, but it's the blue chip layer one. Next one. Solana. A lot of people don't like Solana anymore. I got these comments on my last video as well. Solana is very high risk right now. Solana is dead. Look, guys, like, no. Solana, like, since the FTX crash, and Solana has to get sold, right? Because it turned out Solana had a lot of big whales, right? Well, cool. But these are mostly out of the way. Not completely, but mostly out of the way. So it only can get better right now. Plus, there has nothing changed about Solana. The working product still works. It's still, well, I don't know a chain that's faster than Solana that I also use occasionally. It's cheap, it's good, right? And yeah, it got like congested a lot, but like if Cardano or AVAX or whatever for chain had so many transactions, they can pull it off either, right? Solana had more transactions a couple of days in a row than any other chain combined, right? Solana was a victim of its own success. Now, if they get these problems out of the way, then with the current price, it's just a discount. Everybody loved, well, not everybody, but a lot of people loved Solana. But now that the price came down, they feel like, I'm buying it. I'm not trying to fall for that. I'm not trying to fall for that. So $1,000 goes into Solana. Next one, Chainlink. It looks so far still like my $1,000 portfolio. There are a couple of new coins in here, a couple of micro caps as well, a couple of low caps. But it's mainly about being able to allocate a lot more. For example, if we look at Chainlink, well, I don't know, but Chainlink, I have it here in my medium risk. I can almost put it in my low risk portfolio because Chainlink is just not going anywhere. Chainlink, all these layer ones that we all love, they need Chainlink. Right? They need Chainlink. They need an oracle, right? Chainlink is the one that does that, and there is not there's no other project that does what Chainlink does on the scale that Chainlink does it, right? So Chainlink, I think definitely look like that's also the thing that a lot of altcoins were making lower lows. Chainlink is still going sideways since May. So if anything, if an altcoin is in its accumulation phase and looks like a good time to buy, then for me it's Chainlink. Now the range is still this though. Look, if we look at the range for Chainlink, then it's around. Well, if I have to put the fake outs in it as well, then this is the range, right? So between $5.30 and $9.50. Well, I can tell you at the moment Chainlink gets to around $5, $5.50. I'm going crazy on Chainlink. I think that if you put $1,000 into Chainlink, you can easily pull a 10 grand out of that alone, right? Again, that's a 10x. That's your complete portfolio already with Chainlink. So everything else could die and Chainlink saves it, right? And we all know that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not dying anyway. Well, Solana is very controversial at the moment. I don't think it's dying. And I don't think all these other coins are dying as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't put them in my portfolio, of course. Let's take a look at the next one. That's Matic. Why Matic? Well, $500. Very simple. I want to be a holder of Matic. Matic is the coin that has been holding up together with BNB in this bear market like crazy. This together with BNB is the strongest coin out there, right? The strongest coin out there. So in that case, I feel like, okay, cool. I'm very curious what this is going to do in the next bull run if it's so strong in this bear market. Now, it did came down all the way to around 30 cents, but it went back up to around 90 cents, and it's always it's still ranging between 75 and 95 basically. I think I'm not buying at 95 though. I'm not buying where it is right now, right? Yeah, it could get here again. Great. I'm not buying it here because this is the range. I'm not buying at the upper side of the range. So if I'm buying, I would buy around 75, 76 cents, right? I'm also not going all in because I expect the market in general, especially altcoins, to go down a lot more. And I know Chainlink is strong, but it's not completely resistant, right? So in that case, I feel like, man, Chainlink could also go down to around 55 cents, maybe even again to 37 cents. If that happens though, maybe this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, these prices for Chainlink. If we get the chance again, I'm not letting it slip away. Also, if we look at the Matic Bitcoin pair, you know, Matic, did I say Chainlink all the time? I don't know. Matic, it's quite funny that Matic, it almost reached an all-time high when it comes to the Bitcoin pair in this bull run. Just as BNB. BNB is making all-time highs the complete year. Since its existence, it's making all-time highs. That's insane. But Matic is kind of doing the same right here, right? Matic is doing very strong. This complete bear market, it's since here, it's a bear market, right? And it's even higher than where the bear market started. Not a lot of coins do that. So it's showing incredible strength, but I'm just putting in $500 because I do feel like, man, it's already very high cap. When I look at the price chart, it's not that far from its all-time high. So Matic is not your 100x coin or anything, but it is one that's very safe and that could definitely 5 up till 10x, maybe more, maybe more. Maybe Matic is so strong and it's going to rule the complete world. I don't know. Next one, C5 fund. I'm putting a little bit more money into that. Well, I'm not going to explain this too much. If you have not heard me talk about C5, go watch a random video on this channel, basically. It's a crypto gaming metaverse incubator launchpad, also going to work with NFTs very soon. They have their own metaverse. They have land sales going on. They have mount sales going on. The team is super transparent, working as hard as they can in the bear market, harder than any other project I've basically seen. The projects that they released in the previous bull run did up to a 600x. So getting some S-Fund tokens right now is, in my opinion, a very good idea. Also, if you take a look where the price is right now, price is currently sitting at $1.12. It came all the way from, it was $18 even. So, of course, also came down 18 times like a lot of coins did, right? I think this is a perfect moment to accumulate C5, in my opinion. If it gets back to its all-time high, it would do around a 7x, right? Because the all-time high market cap was 350 million. It's now sitting at 47 million. So that's around a 7x. So don't get it confused with the price though. But I think it could surpass this all-time high market cap easily, because I just believe in crypto gaming and I think we haven't seen anything yet. And if anything, I would rather buy the blockchains, the distributors, the launch pads, the studios behind it, right? So therefore C5 is definitely on my list. And that takes me to the next one, and that's SNFTS. On my $1,000 portfolio, I said I would make a choice between one of those. On my $10,000 portfolio, I feel like, yeah, there is a lot more money to play with. So I would go for both in this case. And I would put more into S-Fund as it's bigger, it's safer, it's older, it has a lot of potential. And SNFTS, it's new, it's more speculative. So we don't know where it's going, but it's also very low cap, right? So we don't need to put a lot of money into this to make the same returns as we can make with $750 on S-Fund. So SNFTS, this is the native token for the NFT marketplace, but a lot of stuff. So definitely worth checking it out. Next one is Phantom. I would put $500 in Phantom. Why would I do that? Well, we have a layer 1 Ethereum, but I don't consider that being really a layer 1, as it's also just a blue chip. But yeah, it is a layer 1. You can say whatever you want, but it is, right? We have Solana, which is a layer 1, of course. We have Matic is basically a layer 2, I think. But I feel like, man, I need a slightly riskier, more low cap layer 1 as well. Phantom just announced that they have 30 years of runway. They have a lot of money, so they will probably survive this bear market. So in that case, it's maybe a good idea to buy Phantom. They always work very hard on the background. This is a project, they suck at marketing. They are not really that transparent when it comes to what they are doing. But once they release the projects and release their updates, it's always like they catch people by surprise and the price just flies. It's crazy. So if we look at Phantom, it came down also so much. It's sitting at 23 cents. It went as low as 15 cents or so in the last, 16 cents, something like that. Even in June, they went even lower, I think. No, they didn't. Well, 16 cents. So absolutely crazy. But if you look where it came from $3.50. So this has so much to go. Tokenomics also very much on point. Market cap also just very like from 8 billion to 600 million, right? So they have a long way to go. And I just think Phantom is a very, very good play. It is slightly more high reward for a layer 1 and slightly more high risk, but I see more reward than risk in Phantom. So therefore I put it in my portfolio with $500. The next one that I have on my list is Cake. Like I said in my last video, I didn't change this. I just put some more money in, of course. But I believe in the Binance Smart Chain as well, but I don't want to add BNB as it's already pretty high. And we already have a lot of layer 1s by now. We have 3. Maybe 4 if you count Matic, right? So therefore, I don't want to buy BNB. But I feel like, man, if the Binance Smart Chain is going to do great, then the leading DEX on the Binance Smart Chain is going to do great as well, which is Cake. And Cake is sitting also 10 times from its all-time high. I don't see PancakeSwap going anywhere, and I think it could do very well in the next bull run. So therefore, I have that in my portfolio as well. Couple more to go. Next one is Trader Joe. Same story, but then it goes for Avalanche. Yeah, I can also choose to have Avalanche in the portfolio, but the thing is that Avalanche is already ranked 20. It's already quite high cap. If we look at what the market cap is, it is $4 billion for Avalanche. And it's sitting far from its all-time high, right? 90% down, of course. So it's $13 and it was sitting at 144. And I think Avalanche could do well, but then again, if we look at Joe, Joe is way more low cap, but way more. $60 million market cap. It's very simple. If Avalanche does well, Joe does well. Very, very, very simple. Because if we look at the chains right here, we have Avalanche right here, right? It's number 6. Still a lot of value locked on the project. But if we look at what DEXs there are on Traded Joe, on Avalanche, right? Yeah, we have some stuff right here, which is cross-chain. But the first big DEX on Avalanche is Traded Joe, right? And Benki is a liquidity market protocol built on Avalanche protocol, ensures users to lend, borrow, and earn interest. Yeah, so this is not a DEX, right? So the biggest DEX on Avalanche is Trader Joe. And after that, really, yeah, we have GMX and all that, but really the dedicated Avalanche is Platypus Finance with a $36 million total value locked, with Joe like 3 times as big, right? So it's very simple for me. If Avalanche does well, Joe does well. If Avalanche does a 10x, Joe does a 30x. Very simple, because there's just less money into it, so it's less liquid, so it's you move it faster, right? So therefore, and I just like how Joe works. I like the things that you can do right there. So definitely on my list as well. Tokenomics are not that bad as well. 335 million out of the 455. So very good one. Next one on my list, Falcon Forge. And this is not on price order, as you may have seen. Next one though is Falcon Forge. Falcon Forge, like I said, I'm a big fan of crypto gaming. I believe in Seedify as a launchpad, but I also want to have a little more of crypto gaming than just one launchpad. So therefore I feel like, well, Falcon Forge, what is it exactly? Well, it's not just a gaming studio. They have their own DEX. They're working on the layer 1. It's a complete gaming ecosystem. And Falcon Forge is, just like Seedify, working so hard in this bear market, and it's update after update after update, now sitting at a $76 million market cap. But if you look where it came from, it was 800 million, 840 million. So that's 12 times as low right now, right? So definitely not looking bad. Tokenomics could be a little better. I don't know if I can find it on this website. This website doesn't have too bad. Too bad. It doesn't have a lot listed. But you want to look into the tokenomics, like, okay, how is this getting invested? But then again, even the fully diluted market cap is way lower, like 6 times as low as the normal market cap all-time high was back in the bull run. I think Falcon Forge has a lot of potential, and I will definitely put $750 into Falcon Forged. Next one on my list is Super. I want to say Super Farm, but it's now called Superverse. And Super is lower cap. It has a $30 million market cap, fully diluted 100 million. So big difference there though. So be a little careful with it. But then again, if you look at where it came from, it had a market cap of around 600 million, right? And it's now 30 million. So it's 20 times as low. Now they completely changed the website. They have their marketplace on right now. There's a lot of stuff that you can do right here. They have their imposters game, the NFTs. This is going to be huge from what I believe. And I think it's definitely a good play to have a little allocation in Superverse. This could really be that 50 or 100x in the next bull market. Could be, right? I don't know, but it could be. So with $500, just $500, that's 5% out of your complete portfolio. If it does a 50x, then you know you have 25k out of a very small allocation, and the rest could all die again. So yes, definitely a good play in my opinion. Then 3 to go. SpinTop. I would put $250 into SpinTop. SpinTop is a Gamepedia. SpinTop is so a Gamepedia is where you can find all the information about crypto gaming, which is very interesting. If you want to know anything about any crypto game, you just go here. You can see the reviews, you can see the gameplay, you can see the token that's attached to it. You can see a lot of information right here. So you have it all right here. You can stake, farm tokens. They have their launch pads. They have a guild maker. They are constantly developing in this crypto bear market. And the quite funny thing is that Altcoin Gecko is sometimes very lagging, so they don't have it correctly. But if you look at CoinMarketCap, funny thing is that it's super low cap, right? Yes, they don't have all their tokens vested yet, not nearly, right? Like they have like 40% vested. Well, not even 40%, by the way, 36. But even the fully diluted market cap is super low cap. This is micro cap, right? And I think this could do very well. They had a lot of token vestings from the seed investors, private investors, staking they have going on. But a lot of tokens got dumped on the market, and it's still going on a little bit, but it's going to end very soon. So this insane downwards trend is going to finally stop. And that's very interesting to see what's going to happen, because if you look at the last 3 months, for example, still making lower lows and lower highs, slightly lower high right here, but still making lower lows and lower highs. Looks like maybe they are going to put in a higher low right now. I'm not sure. Depends on how it plays out over the next couple of weeks. But SpinTop is definitely also a gem in my opinion that could explode in the next bull run, right? Then number 14 we have nothing, and number 15 we have nothing. Sorry for that. I thought I had more, but this is it. Oh, that's really anticlimactic. I know. Sorry for that. Sorry. Okay, but this is my crypto portfolio that I would buy with $10,000. Let me know what you think of it, how you would allocate it. Let me know how your portfolio is looking. If you have any good suggestions that I should take a look at, maybe. If you like the content, please like the video. If you have an opinion about something, let me know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.